So guys, tag your friends. I'll be going through the comment section. The winners will be announced after the stage, and also distribution will happen with the week. Thank you to all those that have been commenting. Thank you to all those that have been retweeting the spaces. Big shout out to Nano in the building. Big shout out to Silver Spoon in the building. Big shout out to our speaker, Oguche. It's good to have you join us. Big shout out to Figure Lab, my go-to graphic designer anytime, any day. It's good to have you here. Usman Edi in the building. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to our Chinese boy. Yeah, we love you. I see you all. So as we get jiggy, we'll be starting in 2 minutes. That is 120 seconds.
You, yeah, GM everybody. So we're all going to be basking in tears of regret today. So, all right, just like Mr. Oguche, I think I got into crypto very early. I think I was in 100 level then. That should be 2018. I think 2018. So that's when I first heard of crypto. That's when I first got interest, and all that was at my disposal was YouTube videos. Right, so I went on YouTube, watched a couple of videos. You know, these Indian guys now, shilling bags and so on. So I went on to buy, I think the first thing I ever bought was Litecoin. Yeah, I bought Litecoin. It did good. Why it was doing good, I had no idea about trading sports or whatever. I was just going with the hype. So from Litecoin, I think we moved to was this Luna? I think Luna or Luno, I can't really remember. That has the blue symbol. I bought Luno, went with the hype. I bought Doge. Then things went sideways when I decided to pull out all the profits, and then I bought Safe Moon, Safe Mars. I can't remember the last one. There were three then. I bought about 3 billion each, hoping that one day they'll clock $1 and I'll be a billionaire. That day never came though. Aside that, so I stayed away from crypto for some time, just trying to learn. Then I came in contact with mining, and then I went on to mine XCH. As of then, it had great value. Then I think it was about $75 or so. So I mined 4 XCH back then, but then I didn't hold. I sold mine at 30 something. A few months later, it had I think that $75 peak. So no problem, that was the profit. But then the greatest regret I've had in this space is security wise. So when I dabbled into NFTs, I think that should be 2020, 2021, 2022. I dabbled into NFTs. I had a few nice NFTs I got for free from Grinding Whitelist. Some I bought and others I was gifted. So I think around April of that 2021, I think, or 2022, I can't really recall, I was hacked. What happened was I signed a smart contract because I didn't understand how these smart contracts worked fully. All I knew is you had to just authorize it to do whatever with your wallet. I didn't know how to audit it. I didn't know how to check bugs and the rest. So I signed a smart contract and somehow gave authority to somebody to move my assets. And then I was using Trust Wallet, so it was more like an open source kind of wallet, and I was drained totally. So that has been my like biggest regret in this space. Came from security. I was not security conscious back then.
Oh, Nano, thank you for sharing that. It takes a whole lot of courage to actually share your experience in public. And yeah, thank you. Like I said, most of the experience you'll be hearing or listening to today is what has brought these men to where they are today. And it's still part of what will guide them to where they will be going or where they will get to in the future. Like I said, you might be in this space today listening, and you are currently having your own regrets. I don't know if you get these men, like more like, okay, this is, if you listen carefully, most of them have been calling 2021, and guess what, we're in 2025. So this is something that has happened, and to be honest, I can tell you that they can't allow such thing to happen again. They say once beaten, twice shy, right? So yes, they can't allow it to happen again. So you might be here that, okay, you now, it is in 2025, you are having your own regrets. It's normal. This is to let you know that you might have crazy experience, but you definitely survive it. You will survive it. I can tell you that with confidence, because I'm coming to my as well. You will hear. And for those that are just seeing crypto nature, be like, no, crypto nature, you just like that. You will hear regrets and you hear mistakes. But behind every good looking, abi active, energetic young man you see, there is scars. If not on spaces like this, I'll not meet anyone in person and, okay, like trying to tell you my regrets or pity me or stuff like that. No, we don't do that here. Don't do that. But like I said, everything we'll be talking about here is so that you not pity any of us. I'll be like, oh, no, 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 no. It's so that we learn. You get? It's so that we learn. the space is all about education, so I will learn. So if I should tell, okay, like you hear what Nano said, they are in absence of security. He authorizes smart contract without auditing it, without vetting it. You get the point, and he end up getting drained. So tomorrow, if you're about to sign that contract, if you're about to connect your wallet to that dex, if you're about to test that website, if you're about to test that blockchain, they tell you, okay, they are building the best, the fastest, revolutionizing, blah 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 blah. Make sure you vet it. Make sure you vet it. It's not about what they say. Don't just believe what they say. You have to see it for yourself. People lie in this space. People lie for real, no cap. So yeah, that should be that on that. Once again, Nano, thank you for sharing that with us. And let's move the mic to Sir Abati. Hello, GM. How you doing? You didn't get to introduce yourself due to bad network. So I'll allow you to introduce yourself and you just move on to sharing some of your regrets in the crypto space with us as we proceed. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, my bro. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, so the network from my own end sounds to give me a little bit headache. So Jim bro, Jim everyone. It's really been a while actually for me to be in a Twitter space like this. I think almost 6 to 7 months. Person has to be just sidelined and keep clicking without being even attending spaces. Kind of weird life. Okay, so hope everyone here was good. And then I have heard from our two previous speakers actually. Their kind of stories are somehow I think almost every one of us has that kind of startup as a story, especially whenever you get yourself into the Web3 space. So believe me or not, this is kind of like a first step of how you can try to make out because everybody has that kind of story, and it's really from that story that you can be able to build yourself a very or find yourself a kind of productivity that which you'll you'll be able to suit yourself in, and then can help you really in becoming the better version of yourself as time goes by. So my own story, I should say, actually forget some, but it started back in 2020, I think, 2021, yeah, 2021 at the peak of the bull run, ending like this. That's where I was introduced to crypto. So I could remember by then, one of my friends showed me Bitcoin. Bitcoin was almost around all-time high, 57K, I think, right? Yeah, almost close to 57K. So one of my friends just introduced me to it, and then I quickly get interest on it. He told me you can just put money, and then within a short period of time, the money will multiply like this. So you have to like feel that, uh, you have to feel that aura, I should say, in yourself that yeah, you're just going to make that one kind quick scheme money. So when you introduced me to it, I then at that time, I don't even have anything. I could remember I begged my own 500. Yeah, she gave me 500 and then deposited it into Luno. Yeah, I know. Is it Luno? Raven, I mean. Not Raven. There is that one app that you can deposit through Raven. I forget about it. I forget the name. I don't know if anyone can be able to recall the name. I'm. So I just deposited. It's a centralized exchange.
I think it's
Okay, I
Roku.
think so. Yawa Roku, tabbas Roku.
Roku.
Yes, Roku. So when I deposited, I just leave it. I think up till today, the money is still there. It's then by then I start to realize, this space is kind of needs something extraordinary smart before you can be able to keep in touch with it. So gradually, 2021 down, 2022, I start to develop interest on foreign everything about crypto space. So 2022, I developed interest. I decided to like let me start trading. That's what's almost 90 to 98% people tends to have that mindset of whenever they have been introduced to crypto, what they want is to just start to trade like this so that they can be able to make profit. So I started it, gradually. I've made a lot of losses by then. I could remember there is a day that there is that moment where one of my aunts give me a huge amount of money. I think it's almost 100K for me to keep it for her. So, all those things are kind of stories. So I'm just sharing, at least sharing it to you guys so that it should be kind of lesson. So when she gave it to me, I, kind of something just came up to my head. Let me just put it in crypto, maybe, kind of get 1 or 2x like this. So I put it. I even forget the name of the coin. It was on Binance. Binance have delisted it, I think, around 2023 early like this. But I just forget the name. So I bought it. There is no any kind of risk management on my head. There is nothing. I just know how to buy and sell, and then how to do P2P. So I just thought of, after knowing all those little basic things, I can be able to trade. So I deposited the money, bought the bought the token, even went up to 120K like this. I started to feel kind of pressure before I realized, boom, money has dropped to 20K, 100K has gone. So that's where again I've learned my lesson. So the lesson that I've learned here is that no matter how confident you are on the crypto market, never deposit money that is not yours into it. This is general advice, not kind of maybe little advice to someone. It's a general advice. No matter how sure you are, never deposited money that is not yours into the crypto space. It will end up being disappointment to you. So coming up 2023, kind of after all those experiences, there are a lot of things that happened in 2022 also. So 2023, I decided to step up. Yeah, so I've seen like at least 1 or 2 things. What about how the cryptocurrency space is? So at least by now I should know where to find my niche in order to get myself position. So I then started to develop interest through airdrops. I think by then there is that one airdrop. Is it Arbitrum? Yeah, Arbitrum airdrop just came up. I then realized there are a lot of people that cash out almost 10, 20, 30K recently. So it was just like a surprise to me. So how comes like those kind of people will be able to get kind of money? So what's the difference that will make if I haven't make an attempt to it? So I started to dig into airdrop space at that moment. Gradually, kind of there is down mine in Korenek. I think it was my first airdrop actually that was started on there. So participated a little bit here, there. Just it's all about mining, I think, if I could remember. It's only mining, I think, I'm doing. So Renek was one of my many. I referred like 10 of my friends and be able to get almost, I think, at TG, it was almost 5K, 10K to 15K. So it was my biggest win, I feel like, in the crypto space. And they have vested the token. So I just think of, each and every week I should be like withdrawing such kind of amount. So, kind of having that feeling that you have already made it in crypto. So this is not how the space works actually. So gradually started to explore DeFi apps, DeFi space in particular, knowing how DeFi works, how you can be able to swap, bridge, provide liquidity, kind of everything like concerning trading for me to like draw candlesticks like this. I just keep it aside because I really find something interesting in terms of airdrop farming. So I then go fully into it at the end of around 2023, 2024 like this. I go fully into it. It really helps me a lot to understand DeFi, like to understand even the broadband of what cryptocurrency actually means. If somebody really teaching you crypto, there are some of the things that just theory like this is not enough to like showcase you how everything works about it. But if you are going through like with practicals like this, you can be able to understand fully about how everything works. So then, by then, you know, there are some kind of people that I usually follow. I think on Facebook, they can like say something about swap breach like this, but I don't tend to know how all those things work. But when I started testing it, I think was Celestia testing it at that moment. I just never put down interest on it because I supposed to like get Celestia airdrop at that time. But when I start testing it, there are some DApps on Celestia that I just find it very interesting to like make swap bridges like this, kind of make some certain amount of transactions. So that really boosts my morale. So all those things, all those essays, theories that all those our idols usually used to say. So this is simply how it works. Then I then ask myself, so why not let me just, try to go deeply into it and understand how each and every category part of everything that works. So, wow.
I can hear you.
Oh yeah, you can hear me? Please, I want more confirmation. One
Yes, we can
confirmation.
hear you loud and clear. We can hear you now.
Okay.
Welcome back.
So let me not be splitting things like this. Let me just try to round it up. Maybe there are some kind of speakers there with it. So that's how I started. That's how I developed niche into airdrop farming. Because at first I decided to just go into crypto like this, not knowing how it works at that time. I just think of it just a one thing, one kind of money and one quick scheme of getting money like this. But then gradually tend to realize this is not how it actually works. You have to like go through a lot of processes, try to learn on how to explore a lot of things so that it can be able to help you. So that's how I came up, started testnet around 2023 like this. 2024 was really a fruitful year for me. I've earned a lot of, you know, I've earned a lot of airdrops, meet a lot of like-minded people, kind of. I've really had a lot of productivity around 2024. I could remember it was my first year of making 1K those. Was it early 2024, yeah. And then, kind of the rest is the history like this. So actually, me, I'm an airdrop farmer. I actually trade little bit of names like this when it comes to like the market condition is very good like this. And then maybe I don't even hold some tokens. I hold some tokens only if I stake it in terms of maybe trying to get airdrops for it in the future. So that's how I make it into the space coming to this right moment. So Alhamdulillah, it was really, really exciting and amazing journey for me. So thank you everyone.
So. Like I said, today we will not be shouting. We will not be talking energy. Because this space, it is bound to get emotional. It is bound to get touching. It is meant to make you cry. So before we take on the next speaker, which is going to be CB, we'll want to go on a 30 seconds to 1 minute commercial musical break. So when we return, we have our next speaker. And please, before the music, I would like to call out, or should I say point out, some key points from what our previous speakers have said. And I just hope you are not just listening, you are taking notes. Number one, which was our first speaker, Oguche, he said something about not being able to know the proper time to take profit and unable to manage his greed. That's number one. And I can tell you that is something you need. So long as you want to be in this space, both as a Web3 jobber or as a trader, you definitely need that skill. Number one. Number two, which is our speaker, Nano, he talks about security. How you need to take your security very, very serious. Very, very serious. See, you will not really understand what it means. They said what? Wallet got drained. His wallet got drained. You know what they call wallet got drained? I just hope you should not experience it before you know it. And our next speaker, which was Abati, he said a whole lot of things about what? investing what you cannot afford to lose. Money that is not your own, keep it for me. Especially, let me use this analogy. You are in a contribution and these people trust you as their, what do you call am, Hausa here we call it mai karban adashi ba. Other Yoruba people call it say yoloja, be something like that. They give you money, you carry money, you go buy crypto. Sure. Money that they can come up anytime to ask you, bro, we need our money. Oh. And you be telling them that the market is down. Or you bought into a rock pool project and everything you get. So anything that is not your own and you cannot afford to lose it, do not invest in it. Please, a whole lot of people learn this the hard way. Now, there is something to his story which he did not tell us. At some point, he said the rest is story. The money, how did he end up paying her back? That is something we'll still come back to ask you about it. So please, you guys should note this. How you're paying that money back. So that you guys will see what befall or what awaits each and every one of them or how they come out from it. Now I'll still come back to ask you, how did you survive it when your wallet was drained? Right? So Ogucha, I'll still come back to ask you, how did you cope with yourself? Who having to see this kind of money and you never got to put it, or should I say take it or make use of it? How do you survive with that guilt, knowing fully well that by now you should have been way better than this, and now look at this and get there like that. So, guys, brainstorm on this, digest it, and when we come back, we'll have CB and then we'll give room to other speakers to speak and contribute. Cause the way they go, like yeah, it no go fit to hold on. All the drugs for your mind. Maybe you don't get it pharmacy, oh. And the grass you be born. Maybe you don't touch the pharmacy. I say take it down, take it down, take it down. It's very, very loud. Take it down, bro, with life. Don't rush it. If you are over risking some things in this space, now you they do yourself, no be village people. When you're supposed to take profit and you refuse to take profit and the market end up dumping, no, so now you still do yourself. When you are supposed to scan a smart contract before giving it access and you did not, know that the blame is on you, not the village people. You know me exhaust, you know me exhaust. So now woman be you be yeah. Okay, guys, thank you. Welcome back, welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is our weekly spaces. We do this every Friday at exactly 11 a.m. West African time. Where we come, we talk about Web3, we have fun, we vibe, and also discuss the value of Piin. Big shout out to our sponsors, which is the Piin. It is a token built on the BRC20 network, also on Solana, a community-driven token, the first ever Pi network narrative that is pushing a very strong narrative when it comes to the meme on Pi. It is a leading meme with millions and millions in previous all-time high and currently sitting with hundreds of thousands in market cap. You don't want to miss out, bro. So thank you. I remain your one and only host, Crypto Nature. So we have our next speaker, which is CB. GM, are you there? Please share with us what has been your regret as a crypto bro. Thank you.
Crypto Nature, Ouchi, and all the other speakers. Did I pronounce that right? Oguchi, I mean,
Oh,
um,
Buche.
Oguche. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for this wonderful initiative. Yeah, I really join spaces or But when I saw the topic of this one, I felt like it was nice. And thanks to Oguchi for tagging me to the link for the space. Because over the past few years of being in the crypto space, there's been a lot of regrets, a whole lot of regrets and mistakes. Yeah. But basically, I would like to talk about one that I think has affected my whole journey during the early days, and that's not having a cycle and also not making personal research. Not making personal research was the reason why I joined the crypto space later than I should. The first time I heard about Bitcoin was sometime in, I think, 2016, 2017. It was the knowledge about crypto then was very faint. So someone just talked about it passively, and I didn't know anything about it. I come from this setting where everything online, especially when you're making money online, is totally seen as a scam. So the moment I heard about the concept of crypto, I ruled it out as scam. And the mistake there was I didn't do any personal research to see if it was true. Later in life, I got to discover that that is not how rich men operate. If you tell a rich man something, even if he knows that thing is a scam or is not legit, he will double check. He will go back and check again just to be sure of what he's already sure about. But I didn't do that. What I did was ruled it out, and then I continued with my hustle then. But I always had that drive in me to do better. I knew there was more to life than this life I was seeing and everything, but I didn't know how to go about it. The hunger was there, but I didn't know how to go about it. So, sometime in late 2019, the crypto dream, it was just something that was troubling my head here and there. I was considering it, but then there was this thing saying it was scam, so I didn't really put full attention to it. So sometime in late 2019, 2020, I came across uh, Pi. A friend introduced me to Pi. Then I read about Pi. That was the first time I did a slight research about anything. And I was like, if what these people are saying is true, then this is massive and it's even free. So during that period, um, I also saw a Nigerian man talking about Tatcoin. I followed the man, I listened to the things he was saying, and I was fascinated. I was like, is this what this crypto is all about? No, this is making sense, you know? So I started putting my money into what I did not know. I had zero knowledge, I had no circle, people to communicate with, people to consult. It was just me. And I was putting my hard earned money into it blindly. Like it got to a point in time where I would go online, anything CA. If I just see CA like this, I'll copy it, go to Pancake Swap. If it works, I'll buy it. Even if it is $2, even if it is $4, then I would buy. And I continued in that cycle. In fact, my old wallet has over 500 coins that I bought during the last bull. Most of them are dust now. Almost 95% of it is dust. So with zero knowledge, I just kept going about like a boat on a troubled sea, buying anything I could buy with the little money I had, hoping that it was going to pump. Now, because at that point in time we were closing up on the last bull cycle, doing a bull run, almost everything and everything pumps, you know. Some of these tokens started to pump and give me profit. But sometimes it's easy to enter something when you don't have the knowledge. The problem now is how you come out of it. So sometimes I will see these coins. I would either feel that this is how the pump would continue, or I would get stuck trying to swap it back. You see that spillage of a thing? It showed me Shege. Where I'm busy back then with spillage because I want to swap back a coin. I don't know what it is. The coins has gone back to maybe 80% down. Because yes, I was everything I bought back then was meme coins. Meme coins tend to have more hype than utility coins, and that was what I was buying. Everything has gone down again. I would say, is this how this thing works? I will leave it. The next few days, I would see another one. I would buy. Maybe after some time, it will pump again. I would try swapping it. In some cases, I would successfully swap, take profit, then use it to go and buy other coins that I will eventually lose in. I continued like that for a while. Then Um, at some point in time, I felt like I was losing money. I felt like I was swapping too early. I think that happened when I got FEG. I got in on FEG. FEG did not have any price list on Trust Wallet. So I felt like FEG was a scam. Then one morning I woke up and I realized that all of a sudden FEG was showing me some crazy figures I'd never seen before. That was the first time my 15,000 naira gave me over a million on FEG. So I was like, now so this thing they be for a year. Okay, let me sell out of it. So I sold some, converted it to BNB. I used that money to buy pig. I bought Pigbo. There was one other one, pig. A few other tokens here and there. Then somebody was encouraging me to buy enough BNB and keep. Then BNB was less than $15 safe. I didn't buy. I used the money to buy Tatcoin. Then for the other tokens that I bought, I now became greedy. I felt like because I saw Fed going up after that point that I had sold. I sold like half of what I had, and I saw the remaining half still pump a little bit. So I felt like, okay, I sold too early. Let me leave these things, they will just keep growing. And that was disastrous. It was even worse than my former strategy. Everything would eventually pump, get to a point, and then before you know, I remember one particular day I was at work. I came outside, I saw my phone, I checked my trust wallet, and voila, everything had pumped. I was sitting on over $5,000 back then. And I was like, okay, maybe this is just a dream. Let me get home, relax, and then know what to do with this money. My brother, before they reach out, that $5,000 was remaining less than 1,500. And I was thrown into confusion. And as a newbie now, the first thing that comes to your mind is this thing is a scam. They told me before I shouldn't be doing this. This is a scam. I have been losing money. Oh, I was using my salary to buy this project. They were giving me profit. I was not making anything out of it. I was not buying anything out of it. It will go back just the same way it came. In this crypto space, if you will not take profit, others will take it for you. And the worst project to not take profit in is shit coins or meme coins. If you have a utility coin, you don't take profits. Well, there are possibilities that at the end of the day you still benefit here. But if you have a shit coin, a meme coin, you say 2x no do you or 3x no do you, you no take profit, you go hear am. So it continued like that. When I got home, everything had gone down. I was mad with myself. That was when it dawned on me that I needed some form of guidance. I needed to do my own research. So I entered another circle of deceit. I would go on YouTube. I would watch videos of influencers. These influencers would only say the next big coin, if you do so X, so coin just did 5,000x, 20,000x. This is the next coin. And I would see it. If it is on Ethereum blockchain, I most likely wouldn't buy it because of the gas fee. But if it was on BNB or TRX, I would buy it. So it continued like that. And I got frustrated after my wallet was almost down to zero. And I started looking for people to, teach me or lead me. Then I started going here and there, paying anybody and everybody with the little funds I had left. Long story short, I paid some wrong people and I paid some right people. And in as much as it wasn't one of the best decisions I made, it was still a very good decision. You see, I often tell people that when you pay somebody for guidance, there's a way the universe compensates you. When you pay for knowledge, there's a way the universe compensates you. And if you're the teachable type, you decide to take it upon yourself to do more, use the materials you're given, you would definitely benefit from it. So yeah, I started paying a few people. Some it was useless. Some were even newbies like me who just had maybe one knowledge more than I did, and they took advantage of that. Others were useful ideologies. Some were above my level. I remember I entered the group of the likes of them, Dekunle and the likes, and one time they were fighting about 5 billion naira on Shiba Inu. And I left the group because I was like, what these guys are talking about is crazy. When they drop information, they were above my level in the crypto space. I won't understand what they are saying. So it was frustrating. I just left, said, leave these guys alone. But unlike most people who would quit and then say, this thing is a scam, I'm done with it. Like my boss did, the person who even introduced me to crypto eventually quit. I didn't. I started asking myself questions. I started wondering what went wrong. I then started doing little research. One of the things that made me stay back was I realized that everybody who had been in the crypto space, or most of the people I saw back then who had been in the crypto space for like 4 to 6 years, they were living the life. Now, I was a sugar artist, a factory worker, and I saw people living the life I envisioned to live, even when I did not know how I would get that kind of life. And I felt like if these people in the crypto space who had been here long enough can have this life, then there's something in this space for me. I can do it too. So it also quickened my eagerness to learn more, to understand more. I realized at that point in time that there must be something I was doing wrong, you know. And for someone who was a chef, I knew there was recipe to things. So I wanted to get the recipe of the crypto space, the recipe of how to make it in the crypto space. And I started my own little research. Met up with a group of friends. We started talking, discussing about crypto, rubbing our minds together. Now, in as much as we were just like four blind men leading each other, I could still pick some useful tips from the things that he said and build on it. And eventually, over time, things got a bit better. I started knowing what I was doing. I became more conscious. I started learning the basics of crypto. But if I had started with making research, I would have made way more money than I ever did. Yeah. Then late towards the end of that bull cycle, I started hearing about airdrops and stuff like that. I was asking myself, what can be airdrop? One person that was always talking about airdrops then was Wisdomatic. It would be like, this airdrop paid for our trip, this airdrop paid for our vacation. What be this airdrop? You know? And because maybe I was just not lucky with the people I was meeting back then. But most times when I go to people online to ask about airdrops, they will just show me off. Some wouldn't even reply my DMs. You know, I Google search and they will only tell you what an airdrop is. Nobody will give you idea or a link to do one particular airdrop. In my quest for understanding what an airdrop is, I made a mistake that cost me every other valuable coin I had in my wallet. The little Ethereum I had, Clever, most of those coins, I lost all of them. My wallet was hacked from clicking links here and there, searching, because of course I had no one to lead me. So I lost it and I felt like now this is really the end. This is really the end. My salary is gone. I have nothing to show for it. Where do I start from? Pi, it had been at that point in time, it had been like 2 years plus of mining Pi. Pi was not talking about anything. So I just wanted to close everything and run away. I did for a while. Then a friend got a course, a crypto course, and they were talking about sports trading, investment, risk management, a lot of things. And find it interesting too. So I started reading it. And that like reassured me that there was actually something in this space I could do better. So I came back, started making research from zero again. I had to take another job, another 9 to 5 job that paid more because I wanted to invest more. And I started buying back coins all over again. Started growing little by little and making research. Now I realized that the crypto space is a fast one, but you don't run after it. You don't follow the crypto space on that fast pace. You can follow up with your knowledge, increase your knowledge as fast as possible, but not your actions. If you are in a haste to make something out of the crypto space, you would most likely fall cheap to cheap scams and everything. And mind you, back then the crypto space was still even a bit safer than it is right now because now it's like different individuals. And ultimately, um, I just had to continue. I just had to continue. As time went by, I was able to network to people and build solid connections of those who would eventually assist me to understand more about the crypto space. And then we started the whole airdrop of a thing. And I think the point of reward for me was when my first airdrop gave me some money. It gave me some money, and then I sat down and I thought about it, and I said, you know what? This money is actually like 60% of everything I've ever made and lost in the crypto space. Okay, I think this is making sense. Maybe my strategy at this point in time should be just to concentrate on airdrops and not put in my hard-earned money again. And that was what I did. I concentrated on airdrops, concentrated on mining apps, and in the long run, they were favorable. That was how I was able to, bounce back to the space and all of that. So yeah, for me, making research cost me a whole lot, but it also still helped me build that resilience, to adversities in the space. And ultimately, I'm grateful that I didn't quit. I'm grateful that I saw people. And you see, there's this thing people call oppression or flaunting online. For me, it's not flaunting, no, it was part of the things that kept me. Because coming online to see somebody say he just bought a house of so amount back then, I felt like if these people can actually do this thing, then there has to be something in it for me. There has to be something in it for me. So for me, it was an encouragement for me. It was not oppression or anything. And it's part of the things that has brought me to where I am today. So let me not take all the day saying different things. Crypto Nature, thank you very much. Oguchi and every other person in this amazing space. Thank you all so, so much.
Okay. Like I said, this space, it has been designed, destined to be emotional. I actually feel like crying. I thought my story was sad, but bro, CB, bro, you went through a lot. At the point where you thought you are done going through a lot man decided to come back, say, I want to go through this guy. You get, so it was it was back and front for you. But at the long run, today you are still standing. And you even have the mind to be using what crypto bull runs. So you get, so it makes you strong, it makes you who you are. Like there is a whole lot. And let me actually add to something he said. Guys, don't mind me. I'm being goofy and at the same time trying to like sell out points. So don't allow my being goofy actually make you lose out on the most important things, right? So yeah, thank you. Okay, he said something about network. He said a whole lot of things about investment, but at the towards the ending part of his experience, sharing his experience, there's something he said, and which is very, very important. He niched down to something that works for him. He niched down to something that works for him. And I guess that is one of the major default, or should I say defect, in which I notice in the likes of so many newbies. See, it's at some point, right? It is important you take a break. At some point, it is important you take a break. Now, taking a break does not make you weak, does not make you stupid, and it does not mean you don't know what you are doing. But there's a clear difference between quitting and taking a break. At some point during my journey as a Web3 guy or as a crypto guy, I took breaks. I took breaks, like breaks. I joined this space 2021. I think this is where I need to share my own story. I joined this space 2021, and a whole lot of people that I met and people that joined after I joined, most of them are not here today. Most of them, they quit. When I say quit, they quit to Web2 jobs. And it's not as if it is bad per se. Oh. You get the point. It is not as if like it is bad per se. But I'm just telling the point is that those people, what they took was not break. They quit because they ran. They never came back. But at the long run is to make money. So if what they are doing gives them more money, then glory be to God. So now why am I saying this is a whole lot of people keep making investment choices. A lot of people keep buying into things without taking a pause to go back, cross-check, rethink their actions. You get? He said he literally buys everything that has CA in it. I remember that time it was competition and drop CA, drop CA. And back then there was this group I belonged to. If na CA they look for, you go see I'm tired because CA no dey finish. 2021 was crazy. CA no dey finish. Just like the way Solana is now, right? That was exactly how BNB was. The chain. It was hurt. And literally most of the coin, it was, I think some weeks ago, I was actually going through my ledger where I document my stuffs. So I now saw this passphrase, I be wallet phrase, I be anyhow. So I decided to import it to Trust Wallet. And lo and behold, it was my first ever wallet that I created. And guess what and what I was holding? The likes of Safe Moon, the likes of Safe Mars, the likes of Fake, literally everything safe. That time it was like a safe narrative. Save Moon, save Mars, save this, save that, save. They will just save everything like it just did. You get. And when I was buying those projects, yeah, I remember I used to work. I used to work back then, and where I was working, I was, let's say, roughly making 15,000 in a month cumulatively. Let's say excluding my expenses. And it was not as if I was saving that 15,000 naira from a comfort of satisfaction, from a comfort of I had enough. You get the point. It was from a point of sacrifice, not buying the best of clothes, not buying the best of shoes that I want to. You get, that was how I was able to like put a dollar two together and then invest. So now the narrative in which we were on board with, or should I say the education we were on board with then, if that means the set, I don't know, but then for the set of people that got into crypto as at 2021 during the bull run, there was this one particular narrative anybody that on board you will always tell you: buy and hold, buy and hold. At that point, yeah, they make it look as if you literally don't know what you are doing if you click on the sell button. So I was buying all these things. I told myself when I was buying Safe Mass, Safe Moon, because I think I splitted $15 into Safe Moon and Safe Mass, another $5 into Feg, like that. So this stuff start pumping. Like I not saw Safe Moon at the earliest stage. Yeah, it was due after the high, but I still got profit. But guess what? I did not sell it. My calculation was okay. I bought Safe Mass and I was having, is if not up to 500 million, it should be a little bit less. You get. So my prayer was a day will come or before the end of the bull run, not knowing that the bull run is always is coming to an end already, because it was 2021, the bull run was coming to an end. Yeah, that okay, one day I'll wake up to see Safe Mass and Safe Moon sitting at one naira. I was telling myself I was not asking for too much, just 1 naira, and I will go, and that's all. Just 1 naira, Lord, just 1 naira, God. I was praying like just 1 naira, just 1 naira. And guess what? It never sold 1 naira, but it sold 0.0000001, less than a naira. So you get, it was that crazy. Now when I got to open my first Binance account, I think I started trading with like $30 as a newbie, like just buying everything, buying like me and my guys then. Like, so there was this time I bought a project on Throne, which was Win. For some of you that know it, WIN. I bought it with around $15, something like that. Guys, I was seeing 200 and something. But you know now, we are just getting started. It's going up. So you get, it was like the whole idea was it was going up. So I was in church. I bring out my phone. I with my itel E56 then. So I was like going through, open my Binance. I was like seeing figures. I was like, damn, I'm top of the world. So we were three that actually bought the same token. And I was like going out of the church, like, share my excitement and the rest. Guess what, guys? I did not took profit, just for the fact that the money is showing there. That was all. I was excited already. So, and my guys also, they also bought the same project. And we met outside. We were telling ourselves, okay, like, bro, this thing is definitely what is going to make us rich. And we are going to definitely fly. You get, we're telling ourselves because of what we are seeing in our wallet. So, a friend of mine, right, bought that project with $50, and the thing was giving him like 1 million plus. So he borrowed the money from his mother. So that one is family issue. Now, even though he born, they don't go tell him to pay. So when he told his mother, okay, this is the profit I'm sitting at currently, guess what the mother said? The mother said, why didn't you ask me for more? At that point, everybody was thinking, okay, it's that's the way it is. And guess what? He did. This time around, he asked for like 3 million, I'll be 2 million. 2 million, yeah. And the mother did because, okay, 50,000. Oh, God. Lord, we thank you. Now, we are saying it now and we are laughing. That's because this is no longer our reality to a very great extent. But then I cannot be telling you this and I'm laughing. So we just thank God for growth. So, like, his mother gave him 2 million. And guess what? That 2 million burnt, like it burned down to the ground. That same mother that was like, why didn't you ask for more? Is not telling him that It was like you never told me this is how this thing is. So you get, it's become something else. It becomes something else. I realized that as newbies, greed is one of the major things that actually dealt with us. Greed. Because guess what? At that point, there is nothing you will tell me and my cycle of newbies that were onboarded that we did not know what the space is all about. We will tell you is a lie. That we do not know what trading is, we will argue with you from now to tomorrow that is a lie. Why? There is result. Because anything we buy pumps, anything we sell dumps. You get, so we're feeling like, bro, we know how this market works. We know how this thing works. There's nothing anybody's going to tell me. What other people were like, go and look for knowledge. We're like, which knowledge day again? It's not to buy and sell. If it pumps, you take and the rest. And we thought that was all it. So, long story short, I grew my portfolio from $30 to, let's say, 350. But just like Nano and CB said, and Oguche as well, I never got the opportunity to take, even though it is $50. I watched that thing goes down. So it was when the market started correcting, right? That was when I was started looking for knowledge. Wait, why? This is not what I was being told now. They say this thing is going to the moon, is pumping, like it's going up. That is the only thing I believe it should be doing. Up, up, up forever. Why is this thing going down? Then I started looking for YouTube tutorials, started asking questions. And guess what? During that time, still, there are some people that will still tell you that no, this is just a normal market correction. It's just a normal market correction. It will pump again. Bitcoin is obviously that was what I was saying. So I was still giving myself hope because the $300 did not just turn down to $20 overnight. Yeah, it keeps going down, like what is happening now. It keeps going down and going down until you now wake up one day and realize that, bro, my $300 is no longer $300 but 150. So when I go to YouTube, the motivation is no, this is normal in the market. The market will get to correct all this inflation, blah 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 blah. Nobody agreed that we were approaching or we are now entering the bull run, the bear market, until when Bitcoin was 15K. And now Bitcoin that moved from an all-time high of $96 to 15K, you will tell yourself how bad alt will go. That was when everybody now realized that, oh, what has been happening all this while, it was not a correction. It was actually the beginning of the bear market. And guess what? People like me that never had any better understanding to build a conviction around, right? I end up believing that it's normal correction. Bitcoin touched 50K, normal correction, went to 45K, normal correction, bro. And that was how I was believing it was correction, and the correction never got to be corrected for over 2 years. Now, at that point, I told you guys, and I think there's something I skipped. There's something I skipped. Unlike me, I never had the privilege to, or should I say, let's say privilege or anyhow, I was not involved in borrowing money to invest. Yes, I was not involved. But one thing I know I was involved because I did work hard like die. Like I did work hard. I was doing jobs to get money and I don't used to spend it because I believe that okay, this crypto will make me rich. So as much as I can put in, right? As much as I can put in, there is no limit to my profit. So I was doing contribution because I was still working in a factory whereby I was being paid 10,000 in every month. And maybe anyhow in a month that, let's say month good, I should get 20,000 in a month. So I was saving little. I was after tithes 10%. I was saving like 70 to 60% of what I was making, buying back the dip, You know, keep putting the money back into the market, like that, like that. It will pump. It will do this. You guess. So I was not spending it. I was not using the money to do anything good for myself. I was not even diversifying my investments. That's the most annoying part. You get, it was after everything now, went sideways and the red was very reddish, right? And now started looking for knowledge. That is where I met Crypto Wealth Embassy, where he was teaching us about the importance of portfolio diversification, and not just portfolio diversification within a particular sector, but outside the sector in which you are currently operating in. So what it means is like, okay, as a crypto guy, it is not still bad you have a little bit of investment in real estate. It's not still bad you have a little bit of investment in agriculture. So this is what he meant by portfolio diversification. And as of me now, I never I was not bothered about it. You get, not until I learned the hard way that it is important you diversify your portfolio. And I can tell you one thing is that crypto space has a way of inducing greed to people that are participating in it, most especially trading. And I can tell you confidently that my greatest mistake in crypto, my greatest regret in crypto is to learn how to trade, is to tell myself that, okay, I want to be a trader. Although it is an experience that has taught me a lot, that I know that, okay, even if I should pay for a course, I will not learn it. Because to be honest, there are some experience that it takes you to experience it before you can understand it. You get the point? Now, this is where I'm driving at. You remember when Donald Trump launched, right? Everybody was like, literally everybody FOMO'd. Donald Trump launched his token, his wife, and his son. Literally everybody FOMO'd. But guess what? Because of the experience of how I lose money, to the fact that I was unable to control my greed and I was following what other people are saying, not my conviction, right? How it made me lose so much money. This time around, the conviction was for me to stay away, and I followed my conviction, and today I am excited. So now imagine that my previous experience never happened. I can tell you for a fact without missing word that I would have bought in, and I foresee the cry till today. I don't know if you get. At that point now, let's say now there are some people that reach out to me and say, okay, they want to buy the token. As anybody that will tell that, okay, don't buy Donald Trump token, no, when it was $50 or $70, right? When everybody was shouting that it was going to $100, everybody was shouting it was going to $100. You automatically see that person as, okay, this person don't want me to blow. This person don't want me to make as much as he's making, or stuff like that. That is what will come to your mind. You get the point. But looking at the fact that, okay, nobody fit tell you, you have to experience it. Get. So now I can tell that, okay, whenever I'm not convinced or the conviction is not there, I won't go into it. Even with a strong conviction, I still learn to manage my risks to a level in which I know that, okay, it's not bad at this point. You get the point. So my experiences taught me risk management, the importance of portfolio diversification. It taught me patience. It also taught me the importance of networking. You know, they said that a man's brain thinks well when his life is at threat. That's number one. When his finance is threatened, or when his family is threatened. So, in a nutshell, a man's brain function better and better and better when his livelihood is under attack. So, looking at my portfolio going down and the job I was doing, I don't like it. Imagine working and you are making only 15,000 in a month. Obviously, you don't like it. But I told myself, okay, this is my own sweat equity. I want to do this for a while so that, okay, crypto will not make me leave the trenches, blah, blah, blah. But the time in which I set for myself, it was a realistic time frame looking at the expectations in the crypto market. So by now, which was around 2022, you get around 2022, 2023, I told myself that, okay, I should be in a reasonable profit looking at how much I have invested in the market. But as at that time, the bear market was very, very bearish. Nothing was looking good. And looking at the condition of the market, I was certain that, okay, what I was expecting will not happen. So I was disappointed. So at that point, it was a survival instinct for me. Okay, what is the next thing to do? And I started looking for knowledge, like I said. And I started learning to network with people, leveraging relationships to get access to opportunities and information. I think that is where I got to learn about Web3 jobs on a space with Tudor or Sumen, Crypto Wealth Embassy. I think these are the people that I can say, okay, to a great extent, have made what's it called? My transitioning from just a random crypto guy to what's it called? A Web3 guy, most especially the job aspect. That is like they just exposed me to the knowing, but they did not guide me. I don't know if you get. It's just like me telling that, okay, there is something like crypto, and that's all I told you. You get the point. So yeah, that's what happened when Coffee with Tudor. So they come, they talk about jobs, how they've been paid $50, $100. It was unreal to me. You're like, bro, what the fuck? For what? $100 for a week, you get that kind of stuff. And it was unbelievable. It was unrealistic, to be honest. I did not believe it. Because as at that, you're looking at the minimum wage and doing the calculation. It's like, bro, that's like 2x of what the federal government is paying in a month. And you tell me you just got paid in a week. You get, it was unrealistic for me. But guess what? I was like, okay, since these guys are saying this thing every day, not one person, not two person, I should like believe in and start working to, you get. So I started attending spaces. Then Abati can testify because me and Abati have been together for a very long time. So he has been following this particular account. This account has not always been crypto nature. It was Pi Network, uh Pi Network Nigeria, something like that. Because I got to Twitter, I got to open my Twitter account because of Pi Network. So if I still go through my posts, you realize that till date, 70% of what I've posted so far is all about Pi. So you get, so with that account I was attending. At some point they even dragged me on spaces that Pi is rubbish, to not do anything and wasting time, blah 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 blah. So let me not digress a lot. So yeah, I got to learn about jobs, and that's where I come to jobs. So now I can still tell you that jobs has given me way more than anything trading has ever done. So now, why am I coming down to this? This is where it is important you learn to niche down. You learn to what? To niche down. So at my lowest point, what helped me was jobs. Abati at his lowest point, what helps him was what? Airdrops. Crypto bailout, crypto bull as well, as its own lowest point, what helped him was what? Airdrop. Nano was jobs and NFT and the rest. So you now realize that okay, I'm doing and now try other things out. So these things are paying me. Let me focus on it. That is why today people will like see me. Not except those that know me, like my closest cycle, they will understand that I am not a trade guy. So when I see people like come to me like, oh, boss, show me way now, this trading of a team, I'll just look them and then I'll go laugh because I know they trade. When you see me buy anything, I'm buying to hold an asset in which I believe it do well in the long run. But all this capping, it's not my team. I have lost more money trying to trade than jobs. So you get the point. So now let me ask myself this question, which the question I'll still ask each and every speaker here, right? Is that the question is okay, how did I survive through these rough patches? Like I tell you, I did contribution, right? I did contribution. I did two hands. Hausa people used to call it Hanobiu, right? I did contribution. I did two hands. And guess what? I packed everything from that contribution, put it back in crypto when they were saying buy back, buy the dip, buy the dip. And that money, 5 naira never still came out from it. So you get the point. So and the job I was doing, my times my were two job. It is something I don't want to even do for another 3 months or so. Because I told myself a time will come that I will have to quit the job and focus on Web3. And guess what? I did that, but jobs has been something that has kept me flowing. So it would have not been possible if I was unable to discover my expertise, my ability. You get that, okay, I will make more money in jobs than trying to trade. You get, and that person can make more money in trading than trying to do jobs. That is where the difference comes to play. I keep telling people and then those around that you must not necessarily do what I do in the Web3 space for you to make it. You get the point. What works for you? What can you do? What is your selling point? Just build on it. Abati is airdrop. Airdrop did not give me my first $1,000. It was jobs. You get the point. And him now, jobs did not give him that money. It was airdrop. So you get, and he's still making more in airdrops. You get, so there's a tendency that if you want to like go into trading or go into let's say jobs, he might not do well compared to what he's doing with airdrops and the rest, testnet and the rest. And within our circle, we also have a friend that is into trading. And I can say between me and Abati, the guy which is Musti, he makes more from trading than the two of us combined. That is his own aspect. You get the point. So that is just that. Let me not rant too much. But like I said, I have questions for each and every one of our speakers. But before then, I think we have been talking so much. So we'll go on a short musical break. So when we come back, we will invite the E on Throne X, which is the E to the T to the R to the N to the X, to actually tell us about their project, what they do, and tell us about the giveaway they have for us and the community, and what are the tasks, how can we be eligible, because even myself, I want to have a piece of that token. So yeah. Are you guys ready for the next jam? I'm trying to play, I'm looking for Fela Kuti. So I'm going to be playing a song from Fela Kuti. I just want us to like go back in time. My Kuso, where are you? Where are you? So I want us to go back in time. So when we come back, we'll have Nano, which is representing the e-tron X project. Guys, forgive me. I don't know. It's okay. So yeah, we'll have him tell us about their project, what they are building, and what they have for the community. So let's listen to Fela Kuti. But before then, let's listen to Prissy Manuel. I beg. I will let's say joy is coming since we have been talking about sad things and sad experience. So guys, feel free to drop your questions in the comment section. If you have anything you want to contribute to the topic, like I said, it's always an open mic. Just drop a request and I'll bring you up. Trendybeats.com. Yeah, stop it, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good boy. It's a big take it easy. Got some cruise my cheeks. It's for one for the come on for the body, no they breathe. Put on your shoe, make it stand that things. All your sorrow, make it just them free. If you know be galala, yeah. If you know be galala, get the food. Oh my jojo, ijoko, ijoko, ah. When you want my jojo, ijoko, when you want jojo, and if you know be galala, get the food. Jeje, Odupa, Olúwa, jeje. Joy is coming, joy is coming. So, guys, beyond everything we have been through, just know that joy is coming. Joy is coming, joy is coming. Joy is coming. Joy is coming. Money early in the morning. Okay. Welcome back from our short commercial musical break. I remain your humble host, Crypto Nature. So, on Throne, are you there? Please, what's the best way to pronounce this project's name? Like, it confuse me. E-Tron on X, or something like that. I know you have the mic, bro. Can anyone hear him? I can't hear anything he's saying. Oguche, can you hear him?
I can't hear him.
So we can't hear you, project. We cannot hear you. We can't hear you.
But can you hear me on this one?
We can hear you on this one.
All right, so I think I'll just speak through my personal account. Yeah. So Etronics, what Etronics is all about, it's a utility token built on the Tron network. Yeah. So just like Pi and Pi, I would like to break it down to a point where even a 2-year-old can understand the narrative that Etronics is trying to sell. Okay, so our main focus at Etronics is people in Africa, people in the Middle East, and people in Asia. Now, why are we focused on these three sets of people? Like, yeah, all shared. There was something that was common in the story. Every one of us shared was the fact that we did not have enough liquidity. Yeah, we didn't have enough liquidity to go into trades. Unlike people in Europe, for example, like you can hear a 13-year-old actually telling you that they have about $20 to $50 as a weekly savings, right? While compared to Africa, our economy here in Africa, $50 to $100 is something big, right? So you now notice that we do not have the same level ground to invest in crypto or to enjoy DeFi like every other person. So now this is why Etronics has come to settle. That's one case Etronic has come to settle. Yeah, we are bringing a kind of product. This token is a kind of product that allows you to stake and enjoy up to 30% APY yearly. And also, we are bringing real estate investments, RWA, which allows you to invest as low as $10 and fractionally own RWA in real estate in Dubai and so on. Now, another case we are trying to solve is the issue of transaction fees that local banks actually charge. For us in Africa, receiving money from our friends in Europe, our family in Europe, we make use of things like MoneyGram, right? Now, when, for example, you are sent $100, MoneyGram is going to take out of your $100 definitely. By the time you change and they use the normal bank rates, you'll find out that your $100 has become like 85 or so. Now the bank has taken about $15 off the money that was sent to you, right? Which is very unfair because we are all, should I say, middle class, yeah? It's very unfair to the middle class. So now using this Etronics token for transactions from Europe, from Asia, or wherever, we have a gasless policy, right? You can send over $1,000 and your gas fee would not even be noticed by your wallet. I'm talking gas fees as low as 0.0000 for a transaction of $1,000, which you cannot find on any other network. You can't find that on Ethereum, you can't find that on Solana, you can't even find that it on layer twos. It is very, very scarce. So that's one thing we are bringing. We are bringing no to zero gas fees on transactions. Yeah, so now moving on, like the Pi network actually the movement made using the token to trade in real time. Same thing applies to Etronics. Etronics, we are going to bring on board merchants in Africa, merchants in Europe, and sorry, in Asia and in the Middle East, where you can actually walk into a shop and make purchases using your Etronics. And now, mind you, these purchases you are making, you are not going to feel what's the word now? You're not going to feel it a lot because the gas fees would not be there. So in the long run, Intronics is actually focused on making things better for anybody who's in Africa, who's in Asia, or in the Middle East, and it's totally community focused. And there's one thing they always say in crypto: if you hear about it when it's trending, you are already late. So right now, hearing about Electronics, you are not late. It's in the should I say it's in its baby phase. It's in the early phase. We are just in the second phase of our roadmap. The first phase was to meet 10,000 community, of which we've surpassed that. We are close to 22,000 community members now. And now second phase is our pre-sale. Our pre-sale is live, so you can get your Electronics as low as $0.1. And please, mind you, be security conscious. Only use the official CA swap, or you swap through the official sites. Now for the giveaway today, it's going to be in this order. If you are not already following the Etronics account, you make a follow and like a post, right? Like or comment on the post. Then you come back and drop your TROC20 address in the comment section. We are going to randomly pick and distribute. For those who would want to ask what kind of wallets are compatible with Etronics, at the moment, Tron Link, OKX, your BitGet wallets. Yeah, you could copy the CA and get your addresses. So that's basically all on Etronics for now. If you need to know more, you can hop in our Telegram community. We have an AMA coming later today. Everyone is welcome, whether you are English speaking, you are Chinese, You're all welcome. There is a place for everybody in our community.
Yeah, e-tron X. That is the name. That is the name. So you heard the man. You've heard the man already. This is what they're building. This is the utility and how you can be a part of it. Like he said, when everybody is shouting, it is just the best time for you to take profit or just watch from afar. But now I believe this is the first time you are seeing them on a space. If I'm not wrong. Is that correct, Nano?
Yes, sir. This is our first X space.
Good. So you see, you're still very, very much early, very, very much early. So to be a part, just check out their pre-sale and do yourself good. Make sure you do your own research, find your conviction, then buy in what you can afford to lose, as always. So yeah, that should be that. Thank you to all our speakers for actually contributing. Like I said, and like Nano said, I would like you not to miss out on the giveaway. It's called free money. So just do the tax, drop a screenshot, make sure you drop your wallet address from the Tron wallet itself, or you can get it from MetaMask or Trust Wallet. Just make sure it's the correct wallet address. Winners will be selected, and GG's to the lucky winners as well. So, okay. So, guys, I'm back. So now let's attend to questions. Please, guys, if you have a question, do well to drop it in the comment section. Make sure you tag me so it will be easy for me to find your questions and ask the speakers. And before then, I also have a set of questions I would like to ask my speakers. I'm starting with Oguche, Nano, and Abatin is no longer here, but we have a questions for him. But so let's start with Oguche. Oguche, how did you survive it during your lowest point in the crypto as a crypto bro? How do you survive it? How do you overcome the guilt? How do you overcome the regrets of okay seeing profit and not being able to take profit due to greed or let's say hoping that it can go higher? How do you live with yourself? Thank you.
All right, thank you for that question. I was able to survive it one by not giving up, because giving up means you've concluded on yourself. So one of the things is making up your mind never to give up. And then one of the ways I was able to survive it was seeking for more knowledge. Yes, I used those period to gather more knowledge about the industry, and a lot actually. So I was able to, of course, that guilt will be there, but it should be a stepping stone for you. All right. Like you made a statement earlier, you said twice beaten, is it once beaten, twice shy, something like that. So in order for it not to happen again, you have to use this experience as a stepping stone to getting knowledge about the space. So I went all in, learned a lot about sports trading, about tokenomics, about taking of profit, and all those things. That was how I was able to survive this period. And again, also, you can also hunt for, like, you can explore other aspect of the crypto space, right? Like the life story that CB gave, he said while he was down, he started exploring airdrops, right? So you can use there are a lot of things in the Web3 space, jobs like the one you gave also job. So you can also use those other aspects to keep body and soul together as you keep learning or improving on the experiences you had. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that. It is actually lovely. So he said something, never giving up was how he was able to, survive it. Regrets are bound to happen, the guilt will still be coming back. Bro, by now you should have been this, by now you should have been that. But you telling yourself that okay, this is an expensive uh cost for me to learn what I have learned. You just see it okay as a fee you need to pay to get the knowledge in which you get from what you've learned. And that is why till today and tomorrow it still stands that experience is the best teacher in every industry. I can tell you this. Experience is the best teacher. But some experience are very expensive. So learn from those that are ahead. Learn to learn from those that have the experience. For a truth, I can tell you there are some experiences that if you want to experience it yourself, you may never survive it. You might never survive it. I during when I was sharing my own experience, I said something about there were people who started this space together. Today they are nowhere to be found. Guess what? Most of them, what we experience is what they experience, and they couldn't bear it. People commit suicide on species you will not even know. You get, because they are not longer alive to come on X to talk about it. But people commit suicide because of species. We know of deaths that set themselves on fire because they are unable to hit the bonding stage. We know a whole of crazy stuff that happen. Yeah, well, like I said, follow the right persons, learn in the best way you can. Learn in the best way you can. Okay, thank you once again for sharing that with us. So
Can anyone hear him?
I can't hear him. I can't hear him.
I can't hear him too. All right. While waiting for him to come back, maybe I will continue with some of the questions and then some of the persons that he said he has questions for them, right? So okay, Abati is not around. So I think Nano, you are the next in line, right? How were you able to survive, or how were you able to cope with your wallet being hacked? Can we have you, please, Nano?
Oh, all right, Chief. So like you've hit a very nice point. You said get knowledge, right? So I remember then I was kind of depressed. Not kind of, I was really depressed. Then I began, okay, I went online and started typing, learning, okay, how do wallet drainers work and so on. That's how I got contact to this particular guy then. He used to work as Board Ape Security. I don't know if they still exist, but he was a cyber security person. And then he endorsed me in DMs, and then we talked. I told him what happened. So he actually like gave me a whole lecture on security, and then that's why most times if you check most of my threads, they are usually security based. He told me a whole lot. How to spot scams, how to track transactions and things like that. But then the deed was already done, right? The laws had been made. I just had to, get the knowledge, right? So all I had with me then was the knowledge. Then also networking helped me a lot because I was on zero. I was back to zero. No money, no NFTs